Okay, so the last time that we had met, or the last couple of times we met, you had already tried to implement the Google Forms for a quiz.
I did.
But you used the open-ended one.
I did.
Okay, you didn't like it.
I did not.
Okay, and you did say that, and we discussed trying to try it again or trying different ways, and then we came up with you would use the multiple choice. And so today we're gonna teach you how to use the multiple choice part of Google Forms. So just sign into your account. How's your social studies textbook?
That is working beautifully. The children love it. My favorite part about it is that they can answer questions right there on the Chromebook that appear in the textbooks.
Okay. And one of the things we said going forward, we might try that notebook inside the
I think I'm going to try that for the second trimester because right now they're split screening everything, and it seems to take an awfully long time for them to load up with the book on one side and the split screen notes on the other. So I definitely want, with your help, I would like to implement that for the second trimester.
We're good for that, okay.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but I think you signed it up there. Look and see on that note. Is that you? Yes, that's you. Okay, so we can go back and click on the apps.
Right here?
Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know, just go up here to Google. I don't know what happened, it timed out. Go in here and just go to Google. Just type in Google. You're not done. Okay, yeah, you're in. So go to the apps. Yes. Okay, and looking for forms. So scroll down and tell me more. Okay, there's forms. And you know that because you've used it before. All right, so we're going to add a new one. Or you can even do blank quiz. Quiz? We're going to do a quiz. Okay, good. Okay. So now it's basically the same as what you did before, where you put your question in. The only difference is going to be that we're going to change it to multiple choice. Okay. And then we're going to add the answer key for the multiple choice. Okay. So you're going to type in your question here. Right.
And now,
Okay,
that
so
would be the next word, so.
right, so now it thinks that you want to do a short answer, so you're going to click here to go back to multiple choice. And then click where it says option 1. You can click on the, right on the words option 1, and then you're going to give the first option.
I don't put A or anything like that?
No, because it's the circles, and they're just going to click on the circles.
Okay, should I capitalize it or make it a small?
If it's supposed to be capitalized, if it's not supposed to be capitalized,
I'm going to capitalize it, all right? Okay.
Okay, so now, here, see this where it says add option and
Yes.
add other? Add other means other. You know, like in multiple choice questions, they go this, 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 and then it's other, like your answer's out there.
Okay.
So don't click that, make sure you click add option.
So here?
On the word add
Right.
option, right, and then it'll, now you can
So
type.
I gotta have to write down, okay. So I'm gonna do add option.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's all three choices. So over on the right-hand side, there's that plus sign?
Yes.
If you click plus, it's gonna add a new question.
Okay, so just go down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I don't have to number them or anything, right?
No.
That's all, okay.
Yeah, it's a little different than it being on paper.
Okay, so right now it has a bunch of answers,
I
so
said
we should go
again,
back.
change it to multiple choice.
Choice, so you'll have to do that each time.
I think it's, if you ask a question with a question mark, it knows, it'll go to it'll default to multiple choice.
Okay.
And if you type the question like this, then it defaults to short answer or response.
Okay.
Because I noticed I did like 5 different kinds of questions when I was doing mine.
Okay.
And it would just jump, and it must have been based on, like, it must have something where it's looking at the words, and it thinks that that's what you want to do.
Okay, so it's important to double check.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna click on option 1 and read the first.
Good.
Okay, good. Option. For the plus, right?
Right.
Next question. All right, now, there's a, see, the words came at the end of the sentence, now there's a word that's in the middle, so how do I indicate that?
Okay. So, I don't know, see if you try using the shift with the,
Okay.
like you would make a space and see if that works. Yep, there you go.
Okay, just like that. Is fine,
Yeah,
right?
that's fine.
This prayer is a little different than the one that I know. This is, the words are a little different than
Oh, okay.
the ones that I learned. But that's okay.
This is a memorare?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I noticed that even in church, they say it differently than the one I know, so.
Okay, so now I'm going to check here. Go to my multiple choice. And option 1. And it's okay, so here. Next question.
Oh, you accidentally skipped the first.
Okay, that's
okay.
Okay.
So now I'm just gonna stop that we're halfway
Yes.
through, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanna stop you there and just show you some other things besides printing out, you understand how to do
I
that.
certainly do.
Okay, so if you scroll back up and click on the question that you did, so like just click, right? So it opens up the question again. Just scroll down a little because you can't see the whole thing. Okay, so here, there's a couple of different things that are going on. One of them, which I thought was kind of odd, but there's a required. I guess what that does, from what I understand what I did, is that it forces them to answer the question and not leave it blank.
Okay.
So I was turning it on for my questions. So but you have to turn it on for each question.
Okay.
And I haven't, it might be
So
so
that
that
when it's
turn it on
purple,
for
it's
all,
on.
but when you turn it, yeah,
Okay.
let's turn it on.
I think that's a good idea. What do you think?
I think so. I think
Yes,
that it should force
right.
them, and it won't let them turn it in unless all the questions are answered. If you click here for answer key, you can create your answer key for the test. So
Okay.
click answer key, and then choose the correct answer. Right.
Check.
And then here you have to choose how many points it is. So your
Okay.
quiz is 10, so there
No,
would be-
I'm gonna make it a test.
Oh, this is
I'm
gonna be a
make it a
test,
full
okay.
test for them.
So then it would be 10 points each, right?
Right.
So
Mhm.
you can just type in.
Oh,
you can
okay.
type- You can type in the 10, yeah, or maybe the 1 over it, whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
So that gives the number of points,
Mhm.
okay. So now, we're good with that. So now go back to edit question. I just wanna see. Click here, those 3 dots. There was something else that they had to. Description, budget section. No. Oh, I know. If you want it, since they're taking it on their Chromebooks and maybe they're next to each other, there's a shuffle option order, meaning that each child doesn't have the same question at the same time.
What would you recommend?
I do that with some of the other things I do on learning.com where the questions aren't the same, but you're starting out, if you don't want to do, like, if you don't want to try that yet, you don't have to, you can try it for the next one. It's up to you. I haven't tried it yet.
I mean, it
with
doesn't matter. It's going to be graded.
this. It's going to be graded for you.
I would say I like that. option.
Okay, yeah, so you can, okay. Now, go up here where it says responses. Okay. that's where, no, that wasn't okay. Waiting for responses, that's where the kids' response to a question. It must be settings, go to settings. There was something else, but yeah, okay, so settings. So, I clicked here to limit to one response so that they don't accidentally choose more than one. It's only for kids in St. Bernard. We don't want anybody else being able to log in and take the tests for them. And edit after submit, I would leave that unchecked, meaning that once they submit it, they can't unsubmit it and do it again if they look up the answers. Okay, go to presentation. These are just the options. So again, that little wheel, no matter what program you're in, is settings.
Okay.
And it's just the settings for this particular quiz, not for, or test, not for any other one that you can do. You're gonna have to do it every time. Show progress bar is for the children. If you want them to see like the 10 questions to see where they're at.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so again, if you check it off, you're using it. If you leave it unchecked, you're not using it. Okay. Shuffle question order.
What would you recommend for that, the show progress? Is it necessary? Or
it's not necessary, I guess. On the computer, it's good for the kids, especially since I don't think they're going to come up numbered.
Okay.
It's better for them to see where they're at in the quiz.
I think that would be helpful for the 5th grade.
Now this, and now I just remember there was a difference. This is shuffle question order. The one that we did shuffled the answers. Doesn't matter because they.
It doesn't matter.
So shuffle question order makes it so that they don't look at the same question. And then they wouldn't have the same question, the same answers. You don't have to, because that you'll have to do for every question. This one you're doing for the test. This is the better one, right? Yes, okay.
Perfect.
And then, no, we don't need that.
Should I go back and get rid of the other, that other?
Yeah, we'll get rid of that. And then just go to see what, I don't remember what was under there. Yeah, so we make this a quiz, which is assign point values, which we already did. So because we assigned it, it automatically turns it on for us, okay? It says release grade immediately after each submission or later after manual review. So, in other words, when the kid finishes taking the quiz, it's going to tell them if they got a 90. So like your children are sitting in the room taking the quiz or the test, and when they finish it, they'll know if they got a 70, an 80, or a 90. Do you want that? So then you're going to do it like this.
I just clicked it. Later after that.
Okay. Okay. Respondent can see their missed questions. Uncheck this. We don't want them to see the correct answers, right? Until.
No, you know why? Because I like to go over that in class.
Exactly.
I prefer to do it.
And they can see point values. That I left on because I think kids like to. How many points is this one, Ryan?
Right.
And you can change it. Like
in
the future, if you want one question to be worth more, you do 8 multiple choice and one question that you have to grade.
When I get better at this, then I can do my fill-ins, and matching. They're different point
then
values.
You can do that.
So,
right.
That's good.
All right. So then just click save. Okay. We're going to go back to that one question that we just. This one right here. So scroll down, and we're going to go back to this settings.
Right.
Here. Okay. No.
I'm sorry.
And we're just going to take that off.
Right.
Okay. And so now you're going to do that for the 4 questions we did. We're going to do the answer key to choose the right answer, and we're going to make sure it's unrequired, and we're going to choose the number of points. Okay. So go to the next question because we did 4 questions. Okay. So here's your second question.
Oh, okay.
You just have to click on the second question.
Just click on.
Yeah, and you can scroll down so you can see the whole thing.
Okay. This is the is it heard? Okay.
Oh, no. You have to click the answer key to answer it.
Okay.
Right.
Is it heard? Okay.
How many points do you want?
Okay.
And that's it. Then you can just click on the next one.
It's those little things that I have to get used to. And I find the only way really is to just do this often, otherwise I will forget it. That's just been my problem.
Well, that's it. Even though I did this, I haven't done it in a week or so.
Yeah.
I did it the other day, and I did it again this morning. I made a little quiz for the 5th grade just because we were going to work together, and I wanted to make sure I remembered all these little things.
Okay.
So don't feel bad about that.
All right. It's just going to take practice.
Okay. So we're doing the answer key for this one.
We're doing the answer key. Anyone? Okay.
And the number of points.
Okay. If you forget something and you go on and you have forgotten to put the points, will it pop up later? Indicate that you forgot something?
Okay. Well, up here is the total points, right? So if you know you had 10 questions and it was 10 points, it should be
Okay.
100, that's where you would see it.
Okay.
I don't know that it's designed to remind you, but I haven't
Alright.
used it enough to see that,
Alright.
but yeah.
But if I got up to 90 points, so I realized I didn't put the 10 points in for one of my questions, I would just go back until look
Right.
at each question, and make sure that the point value is
Yes.
placed in it. Okay, that's fine.
Right, so
Okay.
Next question.
Next question. Okay. What's left? I have to hit the answer key.
Right.
I ate it, and then I go to my point value. And 10. And I don't have another question right now, so.
Right, so now we're gonna go back to add questions. I just wanna know, I think if you click up here, you can give your quiz a name,
Okay.
or your testing name, yeah. Delete that out and you can give.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This way it will remember.
So I'll just put memorare test?
Yes.
Yeah, because I would be able to use this now,
Right.
next year and the year after.
So now you're ready to do the next question, so you add question
Okay.
on the.
Right, okay, sorry.
So that's okay. So now might be a time if you want to stop and write some things down.
I would.
Yeah, so let's
I
stop and write some
Okay.
things down. Okay,
Alright.
so, and go over what we did. So the first question was when we did the quiz came up, right? We went to
Actually,
forms.
right, I like to start when I log in,
Right,
and then the very first thing when you had me go over on the right side,
we clicked on forms.
okay,
So on the apps.
right, the forms, and I think I had to press more because it wasn't in the first group. Okay, so
But once
forms.
you use it a couple of times,
Okay,
it'll
it'll
be up
move
the
it up
top.
to,
Yes.
all right,
Mhm.
good, all right, and then the second thing,
So we clicked on forms,
Okay.
and then it asked us, it came up like, almost like a Microsoft Word Office
Okay.
window.
Window,
And it asked
okay.
you blank document, new quiz, and we clicked on new quiz.
new quiz, okay. Okay, that was in a blank document.
It was in that screen that came up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, and then this came up,
all right,
and you can name it right away. What we just did
Yes.
last, we would
Name
actually
it.
do first. So we would name it,
and that's in the upper left.
Right.
These are little things.
and that's just like a Google Doc. This is almost like a Google Doc. That's
Okay.
the same thing I make the kids do every time they do notes.
Right.
They should be
Name it
writing
right
it in a
away.
Google Doc.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, so now I've named it,
Okay.
and then,
And then we started with we typed our first question.
okay, first question.
And then when you type, so this is like 4A, because this is all under
Right.
your question.
For
Right?
A, so for B.
B was, we had to choose what type of question, and you chose multiple choice.
Choose type question. I'm just gonna put multiple choice, because for now, until I get comfortable, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Right.
All right,
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
That's what you're comfortable with.
and then C,
Okay, so we chose multiple choice, and then we had to write the choices. It came up option 1,
okay.
so it comes up option 1, and you typed in choice 1.
I put in my first question.
No, you already put in your first question.
Oh,
This is
oh,
your
option
first
1.
answer.
okay, first answer.
Right.
First answer choice, okay.
And then the next D would be that you had to click on add option under the first choice.
That's not, okay. Click on
Add option.
option, and I'm gonna put a note for myself,
Not good. I knew you were gonna say that.
You know me very well.
Yes.
Not add, other.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
All right, and then, okay, so then our questions were set up. And you can actually, as you're setting up each question, you can actually do the answer key at the same time. Like, instead of having to go back. Like, we did it, I wanted you to see the first part, and then we went
Oh.
back and did the answer key, but you can actually do it
I think I would prefer
at the
that.
same time. So just scroll down a little bit more.
Okay.
And you'll see that as we're on the question,
Mhm.
we didn't even start yet, their option is that before you move, you can do these other things. So
Okay.
we'll do them in the same steps,
Okay.
yes?
Yes.
It'll be better for you
I
to
think
go
so.
back. Yes,
I
of course.
prefer to do it all
Okay,
the same.
so step E would be,
Okay.
this is all under the question,
Okay.
is then once you finish typing in all your choices, would be one to click required, right? You want to click required just to make sure the kids, again, are answering all the questions. It doesn't, have to, but I think it's better. Yeah. And then the next part would be, we're up to F, would be to click the words answer here. And when you click on the answer key, you're going to choose the correct answer choice,
Okay.
and then you're going to put the number of points for the question.
Yep.
Did you put that, keep it here so it's all like I tell the kids, since it all goes together, keep it here.
She's so good. She's a really good teacher. You are. And
The
number
points.
of points.
Right.
Okay.
This way it's all together, and we're gonna go to, okay, so now we're up to number 5, because we're done with the question.
Right.
So this way we're on a new page, we're starting new stuff. Perfect. And I'm just gonna mention, if for some reason you decide at the end you want to delete a question, that little garbage pail, when you click on it, lets you delete it.
Can I
So
put
just,
that in? And
just
or
make a
up
little
here?
note, yeah, make a little
Garbage
note in the
pail.
garbage pail. If you click it, just deletes that whole question.
Oh, that was what you delete. Perfect.
All right, and then make another little note up here before 5, that those 3 little dots, if you want to, allow you to shuffle the answers.
Okay, good.
All right, now step 5 would be, we did all our questions, our answer key was done, because we're doing the answer key as
I'm
we
gonna
did
put
it.
down questions are all done,
Right,
recorded,
with the answers.
with answers.
And so now we want to click on the settings wheel.
So I should.
Okay, so step 5 is settings wheel.
Settings. I know that is.
Okay. And that's, that little wheel, right, is in all of them. Okay, so now we have a little bit of A, B, C, D in number 5.
Okay,
So under general,
general, okay,
we have the choice of limiting to 1 response, which I think is a good idea.
check.
I mean, I think it's defaults to that, but yes, we want to make sure that that's
Okay.
there. And then click on presentation.
It's B,
Yeah, presentation. Okay, and this is where you shuffle the question order. And it also allows them to see the progress bar, which means how far.
show progress. Good.
Oh,
Oh,
and under
yes.
quizzes, right, this was one, so let's see, quizzes. And that's where it allows us to assign the point values, but once you've assigned them, it should automatically turn.
Okay, so that should be on.
Right, and then we decide whether we want to do, release the grade immediately or later.
Okay, so I'll click on later. After annual review. Okay.
Scroll down because.
Yeah, there's some more.
And we said that we choose here that they can see that they missed questions and they should go back and the point values.
Respondent.
But we're not letting them see the correct
No.
answers at this point.
Missed questions and point value. Look at correct answers. Okay.
You want to go over it,
I
right?
do.
And then just click save, so that's all that stuff there.
There's
And
click
click save.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so I think that's good. We have one last part that we have to go over once
Okay.
the test is done, so you want to just type in your other questions?
Okay. It's gonna take a while.
No, that's okay, I'm gonna watch you this way, I'm sure
Okay.
you did it right. So you already
All
have
right.
that open, so click where,
So that's my next.
that's your next question,
next
and then we
question.
were up to number 5.
Number 5. Okay. Why is that different?
Because
Oh.
we didn't change it to multiple choice. No.
Oh, it's on
Yes.
linear scale.
There you go.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go to my option 1, which is vehicle. Okay, I'm going to, am I gonna hit my answer key?
No? What
No,
do you,
not
what do you
yet.
want to do next? We chose the type of question. We did option
This.
1, right? And then this is where you started.
Okay.
Click
Oh,
on-
I have add
Right.
option.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
3 choices in, it's on multiple choice, and now I'm gonna go to the answer key.
Yep.
Okay. And I'll go to points.
Right.
Okay.
And then just click edit question. And don't forget required. We were gonna do that before the answer key, because once you go to the answer key, it puts you in a different spot.
Okay, and that's on here?
Yes. Just click required and then click answer key. So we
Okay.
have it in that order.
Yeah, but to click required, I had to click something.
No,
before that.
you clicked answer key before you clicked required. That's why it took us out of a different one.
I see.
That's okay.
All right.
Because there was a way to get back there. You just had to click
All right.
edit
Okay.
question.
All right, so
So
now,
now the plus sign.
okay. Next question. 56.
Read the next step now. Is it the answers? Click required. New question. Now what question we're to?
7. 8.
8. And I just want to point out something. Yes. What's the questioning? How many total points should you have at this point? We did 7
I'm
questions.
missing something.
The last one, if you scroll up, you'll see, scroll up. See where it says 0 points?
Okay.
So click that question. Yeah, right there you can change the points.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, and scroll back down to your other question. Did it go away? No, it's a good question. Scroll up, you moved it up. I think yeah, delete it. Delete that one. Because you want it in order, because the prayer is going in order, right? So the burden.
Yes,
is
it's going in
Y
order.
is 6, so scroll down. And 7 underneath that, and then to yours, so you have to click on this question
Okay.
to
Get me to the
get
next
you back in the right order.
Okay.
And then you see it came up, here's the question that we were doing next,
Okay,
right?
so just click that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because this was
Yes.
important that they went in order, because it's a
It
prayer.
is, yes.
Normally, you may not care if the questions were in order,
Okay.
but because we clicked on that question, it opened up that box. And now, when we added the new question, it went right under that one, so we were going in a different order.
Okay.
So we had to go back to the bottom.
Okay, now there's a period, so this really should be a small f. Can I do that?
Yes. save it. Now, you're gonna give it to them through Google Classroom?
Whatever you recommend.
Because that's how I did mine. Alright, so we're gonna move to folder. And it is your religion. Do you have a
No.
folder yet for them?
No.
Okay, so click new folder.
Okay.
And just type the title of the folder, which is gonna be religion.
Fine, right?
Mm-hmm. Oops. Hit the check mark to create the folder. Okay, and then click move here.
That's all you have to do?
That's all you have to do. Yeah, leave this open for now. Just go to the plus sign up at the top.
Okay.
Go to the apps icon, those little square boxes, and go to your classroom. Okay, so you don't have a classroom for grade 5 yet, right? You're in class
22.
25, okay. So, yeah, so you know what? Yeah, because that's a different list. So we're going to create, let's create a classroom. So click the plus sign. Create class. Okay. Religion, 5. And then we'll create our first assignment in religion 5. Okay, you're going to have the kids join religion 5.
Okay.
So when I come in today to do the technology class, stay for a few minutes
Absolutely.
and I will make them join the religion class.
My
Okay?
pleasure. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, good. So we're going to go to classwork and we're going to create an assignment.
Assignment.
Assignment. Okay, and it's going to be memorare test. And we're going to go to our Google Drive. And here's our memorare test.
Okay.
So click on that. Just
On the test?
And then click add. And it says grade importing, so it's going to import the grades from Google Forms into this. So now,
I don't know when. Should I just pick a date for next week?
yeah, pick a date for next week, because we're gonna, if we assign it now, they can see it now, we want to schedule it.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna click on that drop down arrow,
Okay.
and you're gonna click schedule.
Okay. They've been writing it in practice.
Well, Friday we're off, so
Right.
Thursday would be the last day to do it. Do you have them on Thursday morning?
Thursday's not good, because they have you in there, but I prefer, Wednesdays are perfect for me,
Okay,
because I have them.
Wednesday, and if you want to do it the following Wednesday, I mean, it doesn't
Alright.
matter how far out you do
So we're
it.
gonna do the 7th.
That's next week. Do you want the 14th, which is 2 weeks from now?
No.
The 7th?
No, they're ready.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do it on the 7th.
Okay, and then what time are they gonna take that test on Wednesday?
First period.
So then make that 8:15. You don't want them to see it before. Just click, so that you don't have to rewrite
Yeah.
everything, click by the zeros and back out the zeros.
Yeah.
So 15.
Schedule it.
So November 7th at 8:15, once their Chromebook's open, they'll see that
Now,
assignment.
this is always my greatest fear.
Go ahead.
What if something happens and we have to go to church or something?
Go in that morning to your classroom, just like we did, and see those 3 little dots, like just click on it and it'll let you edit it.
So go in that morning
And edit it,
and edit.
and you can change it. So if they haven't seen it yet,
And you go down to the scheduling? and-
no, it's already scheduled, so you're just gonna change the
Oh,
schedule.
I'm just gonna change the time up
Yes.
here?
You can change the time or even the date, click the drop down arrow,
Oh,
and you can change everything.
okay, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I didn't
But you have to do it
I thought
before.
you were lost.
You can't do it at 8:15. It's
Right.
gotta be at 8 o'clock.
I
It's gotta
would
be
know.
before they actually get to see it.
The memo would be on the board.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Now, some of the other things, I always like to put a due date on it, like, it has to, like,
Okay.
it's gotta be done, and if it's not done, then they don't get to see it, so change the due date for that same day, to November 7th.
Same day.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
And again, time would be the end of the day, like, I would put time 2:30, because I wanna see that they did it instead of, like during the class, not at home, so you can even put down at 9 o'clock, it has to be done.
Yeah. Okay. it's not a long test, so it
Right.
shouldn't be a problem.
I'll just change
Oh,
it
it's
to
AM. Just click it out?
Just click schedule it and it opens it up, so that we're editing it. And then it's there.
Okay.
Now, when you'll see today, when they go into, when I invite them into your classroom, give them
Right.
the code, they're not gonna see that, they're not gonna see anything,
Okay,
okay?
okay. I think.
And they know how to use Classroom, because they're using it.
Right, I'm not worried about
their
their end. I know
Yeah.
that they'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. There was a
Good?
lot, yeah, good.
Questions?
Very good. Well,
Go
there
ahead.
was a lot that I didn't
Go
write
ahead.
down as far as my notes for the second part, so.
Okay, you mean putting it up to this?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next part was to save it. Now, I showed you the way I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask Tricia if she did it differently, because
Okay.
there may be another
Okay.
way to send it to them, like through email,
Okay.
where it goes to email and you don't have to
Right.
use Classroom, you can just use the form through email.
Okay.
I just felt that we're using Google Classroom,
So
it
just-
should come up in Google
Right.
Classroom. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to put the next note was that we saved it, so we clicked on the folder in the top left-hand corner. Yeah, and if you go back here, you
Yeah.
still have that tab open, so you'll be
Okay.
able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we clicked on the folder
Actual folder.
to save it
Okay, to save it.
in our drive, into your own drive. This way it exists, so
Right.
you can use it again.
Right, okay.
Okay?
And
And you choose the
I
folder.
chose
You
religion.
chose religion, but you can choose whatever folder
I
you
chose
chose.
religion 5, okay.
Okay, so that was that. Then we went to Classroom, and forget about creating the Classroom, because that, you have notes on that when we did that the last time. But we went to Classroom,
Okay.
and you choose the classroom, you know, that your class that you're doing,
Choose religion 5, okay.
and then we chose create assignments. So go back here, and you'll see that again. Classwork,
So
which
just
is the
classwork.
classwork, and then create.
Classwork. And hit create. Okay.
And then it'll come up, and we can open up create and not create one. We clicked assignment.
And hit assignment. Okay, yeah, this is the stuff I need in front of me. Okay.
And click assignment. And then you would give the assignment a title. You can even, I've put more detailed instructions here if I wanted them to.
Okay. Let's see if I do it all right. Okay.
You can choose your due date. And the most important was we clicked on the Google Drive symbol to attach the actual form to the assignment.
Okay. Should I do that?
No, you don't have to do it, we did it,
No.
sorry, we're just
Okay.
showing. Now, remember, it came up because we had just done the form, it was there in recents, but if you save this form and now a week later
Okay.
you go back, you have to look for it in the folder, so just make sure
If
you're
they're not recent.
Right. Look for it in the folder you saved it in.
Look for, okay. I saved it. Okay.
Right? And then you would either assign it or schedule it. So it's on the same button. So you click assign, and if you don't want to assign it now, you click the drop down arrow for schedule. It's not going to go.
Oh, okay, it's not, all right.
But assign or drop down arrow schedule.
And we did the schedule, right?
Okay. And then you have to choose your date and time and choose
Choose
the
the date and time. I think I can do that. Okay. Now I think I have everything.
Good?
Ready to go, yes.
Okay, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
And really, it's gonna be how it grades,
Okay.
because that's what your bigger problem was the grading of it.
It was.
The spelling errors.
The spelling was
So
my
let's see
biggest.
how this goes.
Yeah.
And then there are some other tricks
All
and
right.
pictures and things that we can do with
I
this
think
if you
for
want
this
to make a, like, because you
trimester-
do maps and you do symbols.
know.
There are things that you can add pictures and
Okay,
symbols, so
perfect.
don't feel like those kind of quizzes you can't do here.
All right, so for now, I'm gonna concentrate on giving them prayer tests.
Yeah, that's
It's a great way to
perfect,
do, they'll
yeah.
learn all their prayers. Okay, I think it's perfect,
So unless you meet me, I shouldn't see you till second trimester
Oh, I
now.
hope so. Okay, thank you very much, Mrs.
You're
Swinson.
welcome.
I really appreciate it, thank you.
Yes, all my students should be like you.